I watch the Grammys every year. It's not about that. It's about the music. I like the entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the music
definitely.
and entertainment.
Definitely.
So what are you looking for with this Grammys that's on TV right now?
Well, I just missed Travis Scott's performance. I'd have liked to see Cardi B's performance.
Oh,
I did get to see Post Malone. He brought out Red Chili Peppers. That was pretty cool. I like that.
okay.
Yeah, but I like to see the performances and all that. I've always liked it.
No doubt. No doubt.
So let's get to it. Let's make this a good one.
Yeah. We got a couple things that we want to speak on that we've missed. This is like the official, unofficial first episode. The first one, I kind of chopped it up and said, fuck it. We're going to just scrap that and keep it moving. So this is the official first episode. Yeah.
Man, you know what I think the Henny White beat you up.
I was fucked up.
Yo, the Henny White beat you up.
You see, this time I got a little bit of Coke. I got bottles of water and shit because you drinking yours straight still. Yeah, we'll see what happens towards the end of the show.
There's some ice on it, so.
For sure. Water that shit down.
For real.
All the way.
Henny White was giving the beats last time.
For real.
I don't remember what we talked about, to be honest.
Me neither, not at all.
I don't remember nothing we talked about.
It was a scattered freestyle of thoughts.
Yeah, sometimes that be the best shit, though.
Hell yeah. Word.
Well, I think we got some direct things we want to get to this time around.
Yeah.
Things that have caught our attention, right?
You know how they say everything is Gucci?
Yeah.
Nothing's Gucci with Gucci. They fucking up. They put an H in the move. And this is just us hopping right into it. Like, bam, yes, this is the topic of the day, Gucci. Seeing that it's Black History Month and that, you know, respect should be paid for them to come out in their marketing and have a blackface hoodie seems a little disrespectful, seeing that our people are one of the #1 consumers, and that if Jay-Z say, you know, everybody's going to stop drinking Cristal and people literally stop drinking it, imagine what can happen to Gucci.
Do you think the Gucci sweater was worse than the H&M joint?
They're all within the same.
Nah, yo, which one do you think was worse though? Like the H&M or the Gucci joint?
The Gucci one.
Why?
The Gucci is like a pure buffoonery. Like the face is like, come on, son. That, you know what that showed me? That showed me that they don't have anyone on their marketing team, staff, design team that is of color at all. Because if any person would have seen that would have been of color, I'm pretty sure they would have voiced their opinion. There's a few people that I know that probably wouldn't have voiced their opinion. Ben Carson is one of them. He probably would have let it ride. But other than that,
Ben Carson don't give a damn on no Gucci.
I know, but I'm saying no. What I'm saying is that
the people who should talk about
What I'm saying is that if his personality was on that board in the marketing or design team, he's such a
meaning like a little
Oreo lay down, cool, Uncle Tom ass nigga. Yeah, he would have been like, yeah, cool, go ahead, that's perfect.
Well, you know.
But yeah, beside that, with what he has going on in his personal life and him as an individual, he probably won't give a fuck about it.
No, of course not. But you're saying that type of person,
that type of individual
in that scene.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you know, I you know, that's a hard position to be in though. If you were actually if you had some voice in that type of scenario, like, can you really have that much impact where you can halt a whole production of a design?
Absolutely. If I'm on that team and I see this and I let them know with conviction, like on some shit like, yo, wait a minute, what are y'all, stupid or crazy? You can't put this out. This is blackface and you're gonna get so much backlash from it, and this is coming from someone within the community. Now, you're warned. When this comes out and you get the backlash, I'm going to say that you were warned, then I'm going to quit because you guys are idiots. If you don't take heed to that kind of notion, then, you know, you pretty much don't give a damn about the people buying your shit. So then at this point, let's just stop buying their shit.
Well,
you see what we got right here, black on, baby. 2019, this is how we doing it.
Well, you know, the thing about the sweater though is that they had a white chick wearing it though. That's
looking real, and she was super pale. She couldn't even have a tan. Like, she should at least had a tan, bro.
They had a white chick wearing this shit, so They clearly must not have black designers, that's for sure.
At all.
They don't have black designers.
And she wasn't even like a Kim K. She was like a da-da-da. She was super trash. Like, if you gonna do something like that, well, at least let sex sell it.
You know what starts coming to mind though, honestly, for me, like, when I really think about the shit. All right, you got a black sweater with the black face. You got
Yeah.
the little kid with the monkey thing, right? You know, like for instance, the black sweater, black face, right? You know what's funny? When my mind really starts thinking about it, it's like, okay, there's mockery and there's almost imitation, which is in a form of admiration, low key. Think about it. Just a question, just a quick thought for you. Have you ever, once in your life, for any event or holiday, decided that you want to dress up like some historical figure or present or past figure that's white?
Never.
You've never even thought to want to do that, right?
Ever.
Right?
Not just because maybe
You've never
if
even
I
thought-
think about some people out there like Superman or something like that, probably as a kid could have thought
Well, no,
about
that's
it.
a
But
fictional character.
yeah, but
That's a fictional
yeah,
character.
other
I'm
than
talking
that,
about a real figure
never,
that actually existed,
never.
that had a real persona in life. Superman's a
Yeah,
character.
but real figures, nope, never.
Never, right?
Never.
But haven't you seen people dressed up like certain entertainment figures and stuff like that?
Yes. And Jimmy Kimmel did it. A lot of actors did it. Like on SNL, they try to portray this image of an actor or entertainer, and they do it. Sometimes they do it with pure comedy. With that
Well, no,
kind of
I'm leaving
intention.
comedy out of the mix because comedy's comedy. Like,
Okay.
I kind of like comedy to be untouched. Like all this sensitivity that goes into comedy right now, I don't like it. I think it's kilted. So let's exclude comedy from the conversation.
Absolutely.
Because that should remain untouched. Like, if you can't have comedy where it's pushing the lines,
Then what's the
then
point?
what the hell do we have left in this world? We need one outlet where it's like, in this realm, in this arena, everything goes. Don't take this shit to heart, because everybody's out here taking everything to heart.
That sounds like
every
the
other
president to
place.
me.
What you mean?
Anything goes. Grab him by the pussy, shoot him on.
No,
Fifth
I'm
Ave.
talking about
I know.
we need an arena. We need like a place where that's it's kind of cool when you go to a comedy show and everybody's in there laughing and nobody's taking to
Nothing to
heart
heart.
and offense. Like,
Yeah.
you need that arena where it's like, all right, there's no like sensitivity like that. You need that because the world's full of so much sensitivity right now. It's a lot of eggshell walking and things like that. So you kind of need that,
Absolutely.
But I just think it's funny because, like, for instance, you're talking about Gucci and they make the blackface sweater. H&M makes they both make sweaters. H&M makes one too.
Actually, TJ Maxx just did something too, where it was like let them hang, and then they made like a noose damn near on a shirt. So they need more diversity. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah, they do. They need diversity on the panel. The diversity opens up the understanding, and
It will prevent this shit from happening.
But it'll always happen in a way, though. Like, you didn't see what's going on with the governor of Virginia. He getting caught up for some blackface shit. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, it's I think the governor. It's a black dude in Virginia. I
No,
could be wrong.
that's the lieutenant governor.
The lieutenant governor. Yeah,
But he's in drama
sex
too.
scandal.
Yeah, but the actual governor itself is going through it.
Had blackface in high school.
Now here's the
yearbook
thing,
pictures.
though. That's why I start to wonder, like, for real, like, if you really talk to somebody who's not black that does a black face, is it always intentionally meant to be like a mockery, or is it meant to be like, like, what's their perspective?
Nah, it's a mockery. It's a mockery because it was done off of mockery. It was never done kind-heartedly.
Well,
It was
the origin of
the
it was
origin
a
of
mockery.
it, and every time an individual does it, they're doing it because of where it originated at. They're not doing it to display gratitude towards an individual. They're doing it to make a mockery, not just of an individual, but of the culture itself. So it could be a lot of different interpretations from whoever wants to interpret how a blackface looks to them. I look at it like you can get punched in your face if you come at me sideways
we
with a
know that with the
blackface.
origin of blackface, but I'm talking about from a perspective of someone who isn't black and doesn't really understand that whole origin and that whole energy that it comes with. When they're doing it, like, I just seen white dudes dressed up like Lil Wayne. Like, do they really mean it from a mockery standpoint?
Maybe they're doing it within the comedian standpoint.
No, I'm talking about go downtown. You go downtown Halloween, you see 10,000 Lil Waynes.
But that's Halloween.
That's what most of these people, when they're doing blackface, they're doing it during
No, but
Halloween.
the governor did it in his yearbook.
Okay, but the yearbook picture could have been from Halloween. We don't know what the origin. It's just in the yearbook. It could have been from Halloween. But let's use Halloween as an example. On Halloween, you have mad people dressed up looking like Kodak Black, Lil Wayne, whatever rapper of the time, right?
Yeah.
That catches attention, right?
Yes.
So if they put the whole outfit on and do everything to the T.
Now that's the difference. But that's the difference. But that's the difference. The difference.
That was the word I was getting to.
That's the difference. The difference between the two that you're mentioning is an individual that is dressing up as a character, and then an individual that's dressing up as himself, but just putting blackface on.
But that's not what's been happening.
That is what's happening.
No, that's not something happening currently. Currently, they've been dressing up as characters.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about it's in general. Like with the governor that you mentioned.
Yeah,
he was dressed up as himself, just with blackface.
Nah, he kind of. I got to read more details.
He wasn't as a character.
It looked like he had a pimp look going on. In my opinion, I got to look into it. I can't say that he was just up regular because he had like a pimp looking suit on with the hat. And I don't know the details.
Regardless, it's a condescending action.
Well, yeah, the action itself is one thing, but what I'm talking about is this: when they're doing it, right?
Yeah.
If you dress up completely in the whole Kodak Black, and the last thing you do every fucking thing except for you paint your face black, everything's okay until the minute you paint that face black. Or is it not okay?
Like I said, if you're dressing up as a character,
but that's normally when we see it.
Yes and no, because you got high school students doing it. I mean, college students doing it at their frat parties and things of that nature, and they're doing it out of mockery. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between somebody paying respect to an artist that they like and somebody being doing some mockery, buffoonery. But in my eyes, look, just don't do it. You don't see black folks wearing Klan fucking outfits.
Well, that was the point I was thinking about earlier.
Yeah, just don't do it.
That's the whole point of the whole thing. I just find it funny in this aspect. You never see us really trying to look the opposite way.
And ever.
That's the one thing I always thought about. Like, maybe there would never be no controversy if you didn't think to do it in the first place. So my mind is like, why are they thinking to do it? Like, I've never sat down and had that conversation with somebody who has that kind of idea or mind state. So that's what I want to know. I'm gonna
tell you. You want to know why?
I can't speak for why they want.
You ever heard? You ever heard of a comedian by the name of Paul Mooney?
Yeah, I heard Paul Mooney.
Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga.
Yeah, but I'm saying
they want the butt injections, they want the lip injections, they want the swag, they want the height.
It's a look.
They want it.
They want it. But, a look. Well, you could say it's a look, right?
Nobody wants to be that individual.
With that being said, you could say it's a look, right?
It is a look.
So if you put this sweater with that face, is it not a look?
Yeah, but
it's a look.
Don't misrepresent. Don't half step. If you engulfed in the culture and this is your culture, I'm pretty sure you will have a back end where they'll be able to enlighten individuals that don't know that you could be accepted. But if you're not part of the culture and you just trying to be funny, you know what I'm saying? Chill out with the funny.
Well, who says it's just to be funny all the time? Let's think about it. If you don't think there's white women that want that look, and that's why they get the butt and the lip injection, because they like the look. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some people who want that look.
No, they do. They do.
Like, some people want. So you don't think maybe when these Gucci designers, which is, don't get me wrong.
What look is that? What kind of clown look is that?
Well, let me finish what I'm saying.
All right.
I'm not. I think it's a dumb thing to do. I don't agree with it, but I'm going to give a contrasting thought. You know what I'm saying? We're
Absolutely.
going to say the same thing. But what I'm saying is this: you don't think it's a look as well? Well, no. If you took these black lips and instead made it black eyes with white, like that president's mask, is that not a look?
Yeah, like you want to rob a fucking bank.
But it's a look, though, right?
Like a bank robber. Yeah, it's a look. That's the dumbest design ever. That's what,
I don't agree with the design.
We're gonna put this up on a video. I don't even know why. I think we all know it. Ugly, anyways.
Yeah, no, it's not hot.
It's not even hot.
It's not hot.
Like,
it's not hot.
Come on.
No, it's not hot. But I'm just saying. I'm trying to think about the different angles that this shit comes.
They would just be. They were trying to be funny, B.
Nah, you know why this shit? You know why I keep thinking about the different angles? It's because it keeps happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, for Christ's sakes, H&M just had a big outburst. And look, not even a year later, it keeps happening.
They're not going to learn until the dollar is taken from them.
Well, that's
stop buying their shit.
That's the facts of it all. Because look, it keeps happening, right? It keeps happening. So I keep wondering, like, what's the angle of this? Is it really to make mockery every single time? Because I mean, at this point, nobody's laughing.
Nobody's laughing. And every angle that it's portrayed for different fashion lines, they've all getting backlash. So you're
But
becoming,
but it still comes out.
they're not being considered.
You know what? I kind of wonder then if that's the case. If each brand is getting backlash after doing it, but are they still selling? Is that shit getting sold out? Because if people are buying it, fuck it, let's make this shit. I don't care about the backlash.
The individual product like the Gucci or the H&M, those are removed from the store, but people are still buying it, and the people that are buying it are people that turn a blind eye to everything that's going on around the world around them, and they're part of the issue of why.
No, I'm just saying though, there must be if you're on Gucci's designer board and you seen an H&M put a sweater and mad outburst came out and you still decide to release that sweater, it's probably because they think that sweater's still gonna sell regardless of the outburst. There's no other reason not to release it.
Yeah, you do.
Probably still got. I wonder what the numbers on that. like, hey, we're gonna take this backlash for these numbers we about to get. Like, there's got to be something to it. There's got to be some reason.
So it can be because controversy sells, and it's if that particular product is ugly, so it may not sell itself, or they taking it off the shelf. But we're speaking of Gucci. We probably mentioned Gucci 15 freaking times, so it's giving them more.
That doesn't matter.
It's giving them free.
We're this small in the pedestal.
Yeah, but
Gucci's being mentioned 15 times by bigger platforms.
But I'm saying, everybody is speaking on it, so it's free press.
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
I don't know. I guess my mind works. I always try to figure out the method to the madness.
That might be the method.
It's madness.
That's marketing.
I'm always thinking about what's the method to the madness. Because it's madness. But there's what's the method to it? That's what I always think about.
If I have a brand and I can be controversial, but at the same time write a letter and apologize, but at the same time everybody is speaking on my shit and it's trending and everybody's being vocal, it's going to be out there. So that's great marketing. It's just for the people that's supporting Gucci to realize that you're not going to use my people as a stepping stone to market your material when we are one of the number one consumers.
They are, and they always will be doing it. Us being the number one consumers means nothing now because we don't care. We still going to buy stuff.
I care. I won't buy anything. I shut shit down quick.
Yeah, but I see now in this day and age, boycott doesn't work. You tell me what's the last thing that got boycotted in our modern era from something controversial that actually went out of business? Like, honestly, I was reading something online and they said that, the Emmett Till story, right?
Yeah.
The place that they accused Emmett Till of raping that woman, they boycotted that place of business, and that place of business went out of business. Now that's a different time and different period in life. You tell me in this modern time, one thing that we boycotted as a people that went out of business.
You see, the thing is that
it don't happen, bro. H&M is still here chilling. It's still at the top.
Because you may not rock it, I may not rock it. But then you always got those Ben Carsons out.
Oh man, we know that. That's what I'm saying. Like, boycotting is not a thing anymore.
I know that's because you always.
It's a thing of the past.
You always got the house dude.
Yeah, we know that.
So that's why. So it's being boycotted. You just don't have a large number.
Well, then it doesn't matter. That's
not. It matters for individuals. Own respect. No, it doesn't, because I'm not going to sit there and rock it.
Well, we're not talking about the individuals on respect. We're talking about bringing down the house.
Okay.
Bringing down the place that.
So slowly but surely, you got to bring those coons on board and wake them up.
Nah, Gucci ain't going nowhere. Neither's H&M.
Gucci probably will never go nowhere.
But the only thing, neither is the NFL. None of that stuff is going anywhere.
So for someone as adamant as I am, I don't watch the NFL. They won't get my ratings.
But I'm saying none of that stuff is going anywhere.
It's okay. In my mind, it has. Gucci, I never would buy it. Never have bought it.
Yo, a matter of fact,
H&M, I bought it once or twice, and then it didn't fit right, and I felt kind of funny, so I don't even rock it anyways.
You know what's funny?
You know what I mean?
You know what's funny? Like, H&M is really not designed for us.
It's not.
H&M, as the years progress, I could wear less and less H&M. I don't think there's anything in H&M I could truly wear except for a t-shirt, like a plain
socks,
tee, yeah,
or a belt.
The underwear don't even fit.
Not at all.
They don't. Like, I noticed that as the years go on, nothing in H&M fits. Like, nothing. They were slowly weeding us out.
Absolutely.
But anyhow, I was talking about doing something and then apologizing. Moving along. What was the other thing that happened recently? I believe it was that actor. A very popular actor, Liam Neeson, right?
That's my dude too.
Yeah, so Liam Neeson made some controversial statements, right? And just to give a little context to the conversation, Liam Neeson talked about a friend of his that was a woman was raped, and it happened to be by a black man. So in that time in life, he was very upset, and he decided that he had so much anger that he would randomly he wanted to kill somebody black, right?
Remember did he ever say how old he was when he made that statement?
He didn't say how old, but it was many years ago based upon the context of the interview.
Okay.
It wasn't something like just last
It wasn't
year.
something new.
No. He's talking about a time and period in life. You know what I'm saying? He's not talking about something like recent.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that was a headliner. That kind of caught my attention. I ain't going to lie.
So, you know how we just spoke on boycotting, right? Now, you can boycott an individual too, because even though I like his body of work as an actor, the statement that he made, it wasn't recent, but at that period in life when he made that statement, very racist comment, very racist thoughts. That's how lynch mobs basically were started, off of one little incident like that. But you have actors such as Mel Gibson. I remember his, I think his girl or his ex-wife.
Yeah, I remember his whole situation. Yeah,
you get raped by a pack of niggers and this, that, and the third. Like, he came out his face sideways. So, as far as him being an actor, now I'm in that place where you say, yeah, I can't rock Gucci, but then again, do I still listen to Liam Neeson's?
Do you watch his movies? You mean?
Do I still listen to his? Do I still watch his movies after his comments?
Well, you know what's the funny thing about it? When I heard the comments and when I read the article, you know, the thing that came to my mind is like, is it racist or is it psychotic? Is it crazy?
Both.
But
psychotic and crazy is, let me find this individual and gut him so the world to see. Not let me find any individual.
No, like, I'm just saying, is it no. So, let's be okay. Let's take it into context. Do you remember when Rodney King was beaten, right? Mm-hmm. Any white dude was getting. Reginald Denny had nothing to do with it.
Yes.
And Reginald Denny took the beating of a lifetime over it, right? Mm-hmm. So is that considered? That was a crazy app. That was crazy. That was crazy because that was a random. It was kind of the equivalent. You know what I'm saying? It was a random white person that maybe fit the mold of a white male. And hey, well, I'm just gonna release this on you, right?
Yes.
So when I heard Liam Neeson's statements, I said, "Yo, is this really about race, or is this about this man being crazy?" Right? Because I'll be honest with you, when I heard the audio, the nigga sounds crazy. Like, that shit sounded more creepy than the actual scene in Taken when I got a special set of skills and he's talking on the phone.
Yeah.
That when you hear the audio of him talking like the black bastard and all that, I'm like, yo, this guy really sounds like a true life killer. Like, this ain't movies. My man kills in real life. This is what he do. Yo, he sounds very like, wow, like this guy can really do some stuff in real life. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe it was disturbing how it sounded. It was very disturbing to me. You know, so when he said black bastard too, I felt that. I was like, oof, you know, like, this man hate black people right now. You know? Like, he hates black people. Like, but taking it into context of the interview, let me ask you this, because this is how, like I said, method to the madness. This is how I always start to think about things when I look at things. Yes, I take it for face value, black and white. This plus this equals that. If you do this, you say this. If you show this, you say that equals that. Yes, of course, his statements were crazy. It has a lot of negativity and a lot of things. But look at it from method to the madness. He then presents the concept that this level of vulnerability was, let's be real, a lot of people won't have the balls to do. This level of vulnerability is to start what we're doing right now.
Conversation.
Dialogue, right? So on the flip side, how many people do you know would truly be that vulnerable to expose themselves for the uglies of what it is for the sake of convo? Because let's be real, Trump is the president. Mm-hmm. But I've yet to talk to a damn person who said they voted for him. So somebody out here lying. Somebody out here ain't telling the truth about
You're
who
right.
voted. Like, yo, as far as I know, everybody don't like him.
Yeah.
But then where the hell these people? And don't tell me it's just a bunch of people from the back of the woods. Nah, we ain't that far behind the civilization. We got some backwoods, but damn it, we got a lot of metropolitan areas. So
I know
somebody
people,
was voting for the
I know a
man.
couple people that voted for him.
You know because they spoke
within the
up
work-
about it, or they saying it. They said it before.
Within the workforce where I work.
They said it before the actual, or they said it after. Like, yes, I did vote. Or you just think that because of they
before
were
and
pro him.
before and after.
Really?
Yeah. Obviously, they're from like not the backwoods,
I know
but they're like from
very-
they're the typical Trump
All right.
supporter.
So with that being said, you say a couple, right?
Yeah.
You could probably count them like on one hand, maybe.
Yeah.
Tops. But it takes more than a couple people for him to win. So he has some supporters. He got some hidden supporters.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is this: like, if you really think about having a real open dialogue, how open could it be if you're not being open about your true thoughts and feelings?
You're right.
Even if it's ugly. You know what I'm saying?
Some good would come out of it.
Because think about it now. He came out and made some very ugly statements, right? And made himself vulnerable, right? For the sake of truly opening it up. You think anybody else who sees the reaction that he got for it will do the same? No, they will not. Instead, they'll just sit here in front and say, oh, no, I'm not this, I'm not that. I never thought this, I never thought that. Meanwhile, in their head, they know damn well they've either said this, done this, or thought this. XYZ things, but they'll never say it now because look at the fire that came from him saying that.
So basically, that's definitely kudos to him for being able to speak up
Look at
about
the fire. Yo, that man going through. I think they pulled him off releases and all kind of stuff. Press runs. He's got pulled off the red carpet releases for the movie. All kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be real with you. This is honest, and here's why. I'm not saying that I agree with his thought process, because to me it's beyond not just racist, but it's actually kind of crazy.
I say
go ahead.
Nah, I was just gonna say that it was something that was in the past. You know what I'm saying? People change. So that was at one point in his life, and for him to evolve as a man, that could be something that
he did say he sought help for it. So I'm
Yeah.
not making no excuses and trying to say give him a pass because I like taking one. I don't like taking 2 or 3 that much, because I like taking one, or whatever his little bodies of work. But he did say he seek help. I'm just being honest, but real with that. But I'm gonna be real. I'll never forget, because actually, rest in peace to Trayvon. I think Trayvon's birthday was just last week. He would have been maybe 24 or something like that.
Oh shit! R.I.P. Trayvon.
So I'm not gonna front. When I watched that Trayvon Martin situation from the get to the end, it was upsetting.
Everything was upsetting.
It wasn't upsetting to the point where I'd want to beat any white man who looks like George Zimmerman.
Not at all.
But it was upsetting to the point where if George Zimmerman got pounded out, I would have probably clapped for it.
Absolutely. Or if I walk past George Zimmerman, I'm knocking him out myself.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, it was upsetting to that degree. And all right, he's putting it in context of a woman he was close with that got raped, so I can understand his emotional attachment. And if he's already a aggressive or maybe
Psychotic.
Has some strong psychological things going on, I can see them thinking that way. You know what I'm saying? That's because it was very disappointing with the whole Trayvon situation. Very. And to the point where, like I said, it's not deep end where you're gonna beat up every person who talks ignorant about it. But I damn sure you would be in public places and somebody would say some foolish statements and I would actually interject. Because they try to use comments like, oh, he took a picture with a gun or a picture with a blunt, so he's a thug. And I would hear people say that. I'm like, wait a minute. You're doing an injustice to the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it was frustrating. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand frustration coming along with scenarios, but that shit was
but
crazy.
you can't take for one, if something personally didn't happen to you or a personal loved one, you can't take your frustration out and say I'm about to go do harm.
That's why I say psychotic.
Yeah, not even
psychotic.
to the individual that did it. I'm just gonna go do harm to anybody. You need to be locked up, and
that's why I say it's psychotic. It's crazy.
Real talk.
Like, that's to me that speaks crazy more than racist. it's crazy with some racists in there. But to me, I hear, yo, this is a
But
crazy
aren't-
motherfucker.
in my eyes, aren't most racist people crazy?
I guess so. To be
Yeah.
racist, you should be considered crazy.
Yeah.
But hey, you know,
balanced.
Hey, they've
All
never-
this race
they
talk
haven't-
during Black History Month. All this BS coming out
Well, I
during
think
Black
that's
History
kinda- I
Month.
think
What's
that's
going
kinda-
on, man?
I think that's kind of the reason we decided to take this approach with this particular episode.
Yeah.
We decided to tie it all together, just simply for the fact that these are real things going on right now. You know, these are things that we're seeing. Firsthand.
2019.
And you know, it's not going to stop. 2019 to 2029, still going to go on. That's one thing that's going to forever go on. With difference, there's always going to be things with difference. Differences just always going to do things. But here's the thing about it: there comes a point where there has to be some sort of boundaries, and there has to be some sort of this is where we draw the line. You know, that's to me what's I don't see happening. You know,
The only way that's going to happen is stop participating in what they have going on. Stop purchasing what they have got.
That's not happening.
It will happen, and it has to happen. So if I'm the individual that do it, maybe the next individual may not do it, but then they'll see, damn, he's really adamant about this. Let me jump on board, because if one person's doing it and it's starting on a small level, collectively we can make change. But if we're not collectively on the same page, then you always gonna have people that's 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And if you are down for a cause and you know morally where you stand, and if any of these major machines continue to be a well-oiled machine, yeah, be a well-oiled machine without the help of my hard-earned dollar or me giving you any recognition.
Not gonna happen.
No, I said without me. It would happen with me. It happens all the time.
Think about it. Isn't this ironic? Isn't this mad ironic? NFL boycott, all that stuff, and where they held it, in what they call Atlanta again, Black
Hollywood.
Chocolate City.
Yeah.
It's called Chocolate
No,
City. Chocolate City is DC.
DC.
Yeah, but damn it, Atlanta's black as hell.
Yeah,
You know what
but-
I'm saying?
but-
and was the boycott going on then? I doubt it. I think everybody was at all those NFL events. People were there. People were enjoying it. So I mean, boycotting, man, it's just not realistic.
No.
Hey,
They had the worst.
while
They
it
had the
goes
worst.
on-
They had the worst ratings.
It had the
ever.
worst ratings because the game was whack.
All right.
The game
Nobody
was
knows.
trash.
Nobody knows that until they watching the game.
Yeah,
but they had
that's how they calculate ratings, bro. Ratings is when you watch for a certain amount of time. If you watch it in a less amount of time, it goes against. So you have to tune in a certain time frame for the rating to count. So I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who turned that game on and was like 3-0. I'm turning it off. Like it was boring.
Now I was in Atlanta when the Super Bowl was going on, and you have a lot of individuals that did not partake in that. They did that. They strategically tried to do that to get the community to partake
That's what
in
I
it.
thought was interesting.
Yes.
But there was a lot of people that did partake too.
There were more individuals on every radio outlet that you could think of in the Atlanta, Georgia area that were
Saying they weren't fucking with it.
not participating in it.
Really?
At all.
There was
at
more
all.
people who were saying they was against it.
Yes. And
Interesting.
with them trying to
Do you think that was the overall vibe you caught when you was in the city?
yes.
That people weren't dealing with it?
Yeah, they were doing their own thing.
People were doing their own thing.
They were capitalizing off of the revenue that was coming into the city
So they were
by
still
doing their own
so they were
party.
still hosting
But it
events.
wasn't a Super Bowl event. It was my event. It was all right.
No, what
Luda.
I'm saying. All right, so make that make sense to me. You said they were capitalizing off the revenue that was coming to the city.
Yeah.
So they were just throwing parties and not saying anything about the Super Bowl. But hey, we're
Exactly.
just having a party.
Exactly. That's how they do it. They do it every day like that. So now I'm just throwing a party and come show some love. Come hang out with your dog. And to add to that, with them every year, you ever watch the Super Bowl, it's like Prince, Michael Jackson, some classic rock. Never have someone like Travis Scott on.
Well, he was on it.
I know. So for
Well,
them,
that makes sense.
No,
It's ATL.
No,
In my opinion,
no. For them throwing him on there,
they had to do it.
That was a strategic placement.
No, they had to do it.
Exactly.
Hey,
It was a strategic. It was strategic placement. Them doing it in
They
Atlanta
didn't do it to be
and them.
disrespect.
No, it wasn't. I never said that. It was strategic placement for them to have it in Atlanta and to have him to try to get people of color to define my man Cap and bring themselves to watch the trashness of the NFL.
That was the whole point that I was making. That's why they put it in Atlanta. That was the whole reason I brought it up.
I know, but it didn't work.
That was the whole point of them.
Yeah, it didn't. It did not work.
They knew. That was the whole point. Yeah, of course that was strategic. That's the whole point of
wherever you have a Super Bowl is going to generate revenue. But the general census of the community, you can absolutely feel the vibes that people were not backing it, and they can't. The people that live in the city can't control if the state allows the Super Bowl to be within their city. So if they're in the city, then it is what it is. We just gonna roll with the punches. That's all that is.
So, moving along, right? There was another scenario that came about that caught our attention. I'll let you go ahead and lay that out because I feel like you got a better, more storyline.
So this story is based on marriage and having a significant other that is not able to support themselves, having certain diseases as far as Alzheimer's.
All right, so lay the story out.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna get there. Dementia and things like that. So we had B. Smith, a young lady, where she's married with her husband for many years, and her husband Dan Gaspy, dealing with someone that has Alzheimer's can take a toll on you.
Well, no, before you give them a justification, just tell what the actual context is.
All right, I will tell the context, but let me say, dealing with someone
No. That's not telling the context. Tell what it is. B. Smith has dementia. The husband is still with her. They brought a caretaker in.
Yes.
And then the husband ended up having relations
with the caretaker.
Before you start giving explanations as to be with somebody's tough. No, just get straight. Just lay the lines out. Lay it out. And then we can have the conversation.
All right, so B just said it. There,
all right, that's what it is. Now you can go ahead and put it in context.
So
you put it in context before you trying to soften the blow.
So
trying to soften the blow what he did.
So a lot of people are giving him backlash for him, for him embracing the love of the caretaker.
For him embracing love for him fucking the caretaker. That dirty bastard.
All right, look.
Let's keep it funky.
All right, so
I see him embracing the love.
Look.
You're killing me.
When you have Alzheimer's, I could be wrong, but it's more of a short-term memory. It's gone. They have a long-term memory where they can remember things from like years and years back, but they still get everything kind of lost in translation with certain names, calling people different things. So it was kind of hard for him to build, a relationship with her.
I'm gonna look
after the disease infected her. So it boiled down to companion, having a companion to sit there and speak to you. On a Sunday night, have someone to hear your cries, so on and so forth. Now, a lot of people are giving him a bunch of flack because they say till death do us part. I say he could have easily put her in a damn nursing home and said, y'all take care of her and it is what it is. But, when he, at the age that he's at, I believe he's 64 years old, and being around the caretaker all day, it's kind of the inevitable that it did happen. Now, the way that it happened with them, getting it in within the same house with her being in the next room, to each his own. I'm not going to sit here and judge that man for his actions. I think what he did, he done it for his peace of mind. And if I was in
those are the actual people.
And if I was in that position,
that's B. Smith. That's homie. That's the side piece.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's what she is, a side piece.
She's a side piece.
She's a side piece.
She actually deserves an award. Talk about caretaker. You taking care of my wife and you taking care of me? Man, let's give this lady a round of applause. Let's give this lady a round of applause.
Wow. You can hit the sound.
I'm not literally gonna give her a round of applause. I'm just gonna give her a round of applause.
I give it a moment of silence, bro.
Why do you give her the moment of silence?
Man. Well, as I read a little bit more, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As I read.
Yeah, keep reading.
Yeah, I'm going to read a little bit more.
Yeah.
So.
Until you have someone that you deal with that's on that level of Alzheimer's and it's hard for you to endure this and it's going on for years.
Bro, you have to like, my man got no family and friends, bro. Like he needed that one companion to smooch up with.
Yo, I got families and friends.
Man got family and friends to be there for him, bro. He ain't need to smooch up, bro.
Nah,
he smooched up because he was like,
Smooched
yo,
up.
I want.
What you mean? I got friends and family. That's cool.
So I say smooched up. The side piece of him is smooched up. That's what it is, bro.
You telling me I can't be smooched up for?
That's what
I
I'm
can't
saying.
smooch up with my wife. She's crazy. She's done for.
Wait a minute.
The Alzheimer's took over her everything.
Yo, I don't know about this one.
They forgetting your birthday. They forgetting your name. They forgetting.
He said his wife told him to move on after learning about the diagnosis.
Exactly.
In 2014.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. Man, this guy, man, I don't know about this one. I'm a little bit.
I think you saying that because the lady's white. Golly.
I'm saying it. Well, you don't think a lot of women are saying it because the lady's white?
I know the sisters saying it because she white.
Women are saying that because she's white?
No, they saying it because she white.
Know what I'm saying?
But I say that love, you can't put a color on it.
No, I'm not putting nothing about love and color. Definitely not. You can't put color on love without a doubt. What I'm saying is this. I don't think one man was dying for no companionship, bro. I think
he was. I think that.
Nah,
I think when it
because you
comes
could get companionship and friendship.
No,
you don't
but
need
also
companionship
but also
in the buns. Oh man's
it's
taking
not. It's not just getting the buns. It didn't lead. It didn't. Drew. It didn't just lead to me getting the buns. That's where it started at. Them becoming friends and her listening to him when after dealing with his wife and things of that nature.
I can't. It
didn't just come. I'm blazing off the back.
It doesn't sit well though. It doesn't sit well with the soul, bro. When I hear the story, this woman was entrusted to come into the house to take care of your wife.
Okay.
Right? That's like the nanny comes in and blazes your husband. Like, yo.
No. The nanny comes in, blaze your husband.
What's different?
No. If everybody is.
It was companionship.
You're not listening. If everybody is mentally stable, then yeah, that's completely wrong.
Oh, so mental disability is the one clause to it all.
Yo, she's not there. Have you ever dealt with someone that had Alzheimer's? Do you know anyone that ever had it? Personally, I do.
Yes.
It's not something easy to deal with.
I do. Yeah, my grandmother has Alzheimer's and dementia.
It's not something easy.
Yeah.
You're.
Yeah, I do. I understand. There's no. But I tell you this though. When my grandmother got sick, my grandfather didn't say I need some companionship.
No, nobody says that. Nobody says that. But
there should be. I think there should be a moral compass that kind of kicks in.
Look. Right now, right now,
I think if that's the case, you need to part ways.
Why would you do that?
Why stay married?
Can I tell you? As a young man like myself, I could take care of my wife. When you're 69 years old and you've been doing this, how long? When she get diagnosed in 2014?
Yeah,
2019. Forgetting, helping her up, doing all sorts of things. And now it's like mentally it's taking a toll on me as an individual. Now it's okay. That's my job as a husband. But at the same time, now let me finish. At the same time, right now, I can go in the room and have a nice conversation with my wife, and we can have a cool, chill night. When you go through this day in and day out for years, and you don't have nobody that you can have that comfort with, not just sex, but the comfort of.
You kind of said this already, though. You're kind of repeating.
I am because
you mentioned companionship. Already.
Yeah, but you're not understanding that.
Here's one thing you didn't realize. You realize you cut out.
What?
You said as a husband, that's his job. But you know what else is his job as a husband?
To take care of his wife.
No, non-infidelity. You do not cheat. That is cheating at the end of the day. So, in my opinion, if you felt like I can't live the whole spectrum of it, I think the right thing to do would be then let me separate. I can still care for her and be there But at least I've separated myself, so now I can entertain another relationship.
True.
But you can't do one end. You can't say I'm gonna be a husband in this fashion, but not a husband in that fashion, because the person has a mental illness, which I cannot no longer receive certain part of a relationship from them.
Drew,
I think that's
she knows. The little memory that she has, not to make fun of it, but she knows they have a collective agreement on this.
Man, that's a weird one.
People that swinging, that's
bro.
weird. This is what it is.
I don't know. I don't think I could do that though. If my wife had Alzheimer's,
yeah,
and that's it. All right, then you know what? That's it. This is the situation. Now, either I'm gonna separate from you and still care for you and be there.
I think that's selfish.
Wait, let me finish the statement. Because
think
I let
that's
you finish that
extremely
whole long statement about companionship and all that. In my opinion, if you're gonna be a husband all the way across the board, or don't do it, or just be someone who loves and cares for the person and helps them. So he can separate, still help with her life. Hey, even if he has to put her in a facility, he can still go to the facility 3-4 days a week and help. Or even if they got bread and he can keep her in a house and he could come by the house and help with her. But now he has separating himself from the situation. You can't.
How's he separating himself from the situation?
Because now you're helping in the situation.
What?
You're no longer the husband.
He has assistance from a registered nurse.
Yeah.
That can assess more, and his own personal assistance.
Yeah.
So they're both there assisting.
So then,
his
what's
wife.
the point in being married?
What do you mean? What's the point?
Separate.
I'm not gonna leave her like this in this position and then
When I say
separate from her.
separate, I don't mean bounce on her life. I mean still be there in her life and help and be a part of, but separate, like legally separate. Make yourself a single person. Get your divorce and then do your relationship.
I'm not gonna.
You want to be married. So it's
that's
still,
when I think
it's still
that's when
cheating.
I think
But is that not cheating? Is that not
not when
infidelity?
there's a collective agreement? Like for me, for me,
okay. So that's what bypasses it all.
I think for.
But is that what we say when we get married? When you do it to holy matrimony, do they say holy matrimony unless you have a collective agreement? I ain't see that nowhere in the Bible where it says there's a collective. If you have a collective agreement, that means that this is null and void. These vows are null and void.
Whatever collective agreement, whatever any book can say anything. If you have a collective agreement with one individual, it's between you and that person.
Bro, I ain't never seen that in any writings of anything.
It doesn't have to be in any writing. But if you have
in that case, that's not marriage. They should get a divorce.
Yes, it is.
He should divorce her. That's not marriage, bro. Marriage is not about.
If I'm in, let's reverse the roles for one.
Look what they just said. It's sickness and health till death do us part.
Okay.
It doesn't say anything about well, if you're in sickness and there's this collective agreement, and then hey, you can have another side person because hey, the person said it's okay. Come on, man.
He didn't kick her to the curb. He's
I didn't
still
say
there.
to kick her to the curb.
So he's still there.
So then why not get legally separated? I don't understand. Why are you staying legally married?
Because this is someone that I'm going to take care of. It's just
you can take care of somebody without being legally married.
No. But it's still the fact that she is my wife, and I still love her. But it's just the condition that she's in. I'm not getting anything and I'm not receiving anything from that.
Okay,
now it's taking a toll on me. So for me, I think that's extremely selfish. In my position, if that was ever me, I would want my wife.
Would you want your wife to stay married to you but have another guy?
Either or, when you in that.
Ask you something.
Can I finish? Either or, when you in that position, you don't even know.
Would you want your wife to stay married to you but have another guy?
Absolutely.
You wouldn't just say,
absolutely,
hey, be there for me, but go.
Absolutely, no.
You wouldn't
because
say,
I know,
be there for me,
no,
but be
because,
legally separated?
No, because I know.
Why you stay married for that?
Because I know that my condition will take a toll on you, and the only reason you're doing this is because that companionship that we used to have is no longer there.
Then just separate, but you still be there for the person.
No, that's worse because when somebody is sick and you love them, you take care of them.
I'm not saying don't take care of them. No, I'm still saying do your daily duties, but legally, the court of laws and I get separated. You can still separate and still be care and be in love for a person and be there for a person.
It can go either way because I got people that's legally not married and they marriages last longer than anything.
Exactly. So why not? And on the flip side,
it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
And on the flip side, I will be real. I think it's in poor taste to take the caretaker and wife the caretaker. I think that's in poor taste.
You know why it's not in poor taste? You know why it's not in poor taste? If you look at his age, he's 64 years old.
Yeah, true.
I can almost bet that he's not coming across every and anybody out in the street. So
people 64 ain't came back nothing no more.
yeah. So with him being around that one individual day in and day out, it's a no brainer. It's a no brainer on why they end up hooking up.
Okay.
To me, it is.
No, it's not. It's not a no brainer. You're right.
It's a no brainer.
You don't think it's not? I ain't say that. Okay, that's a method to the madness. But you don't think that's in poor taste at all? I mean, people go day in and day out at work, so I can see how people hook up at work.
I don't think it's poor taste at all. I think that she, like she said it herself that she would want him to move on.
Okay, true.
So and that's me. I don't. If I can no longer hug you and appreciate,
I don't think
if I can't do those things,
you know what, we're gonna have to take a poll on this one, ladies.
Absolutely,
please give us your feedback, your thoughts on this one, gentlemen too, please, because this really does come down to the individual you're with. That woman B. Smith is one gracious woman. I tell you that much. The one who truly deserves the round of applause is her, because she's gracious enough to be understanding of the next person's needs, even in her most troublesome time of health.
You have to be.
Not everybody's like that. You kidding me? You don't have to be.
I know, of course you don't.
You don't have to be.
But not to be self-centered and selfish individual. You know,
and that's the hardest thing. So to me, the round of applause goes to the person who's able to be selfless.
And the nurse.
Man, screw the nurse.
She's taking care of the lady, and she's taking care of me, getting that heady wop at night.
Screw the nurse. You can fire that nurse and bring another. As a matter of fact, at this point, fire her. Let her be the side piece. Get a new nurse. Get a new nurse, bro. Come on. What do you mean don't be like that?
Oh, you know Becky get a best. Come on, man. I'm hating on Becky. You hating on because she a Becky,
bro. You play B. Smith for the Becky. Nah, I'm not hating on the Becky. But I'm just saying, bro. She could have been whatever. She could have been Becky. She could have been Latina. She could have been.
Honestly.
It's come on, sir. B. Smith. Round of applause to you for that. You're a gracious woman in advance to give your husband that pass.
And for me, I'm giving my wife that pass. If that ever happens to me, don't stick me in the old home. Don't do that. That's a Western way of doing things.
It is.
That's not what we do.
It is Western way of doing
things.
If
you could take care of me to the best of your abilities. And if I'm not remembering anything, what a nigga don't know ain't gonna hurt him. Go ahead and get your rocks off.
I think go get your ass up out his head. Yo, tired of looking at this man. Yo, that nurse chick got a little bit savage in her.
No, she don't.
She looking like, yeah, I take care of you. And I'm going to look at you and smile. And I'm going to go in that room and lay up with him at the end of the night still.
Nah, they know. They know.
It's still a little bit of self-consciousness that come on, sir. Like there's no kind of self-consciousness to it. There's no kind of like, damn.
You have men out here. You have men out here that cannot please their wives at all. Maybe they got ED. They got a bunch of other shit going on, right? And they allow their wives and they don't have no kind of mental disabilities going on, and they allow it to happen because they say, yo, I can't please you, I still love you, but I want you to be pleased, and they allow their wives to go fuck other men.
Stupid though.
It is a stupid though, but they still allow it because at the end of the day, my nigga, think about it.
Yeah.
If
you asking for it, bro.
No, you know what? You know why?
I don't think that ends happily all the time.
No,
I think that ends in a bad scenario. That common? Pardon everybody. I'm still looking at the Grammys as this goes on because, like I said, the Grammys are the Grammys. Right now, they look like they were doing a tribute with Common and John Legend for MLK. It's pretty dope.
But
I realized something though throughout this Grammys episode. They're doing a lot of black representation, like a lot actually.
Black History Month, baby.
But that's pretty cool though that they're giving a lot of representation. I see it going on, so hey, I peep it.
But like we were saying,
bro, you gonna try to make excuses for the side for the man having a side piece?
Nah, man.
It said round of applause to the side piece. Nah.
Round of applause to the wife. Round of applause to the side piece. Round of applause to the gentleman that's been taking this on. And like I said before,
I just see bad people take on sicknesses, bro.
I just gave you an example. You got
people have spouses with sicknesses.
I just gave you an example.
Got lucky and got a woman that's mad gracious.
Drew, I just gave you an example. You got men that cannot please their wife, but they still want that companionship, so they allow their wife to go out here and do the damn thing.
Bro, that's not gracious. That's a sucker. That's a sucker, man. Because you think that always ends up. That don't always end up good. That ends up bad. Because you know what happens?
Let me ask
a lot
you
of times,
let me ask you this.
Those women end up leaving.
Let me ask you this. It's a leave situation if I can't fuck you.
It is a leave situation.
So then what the fuck is going on?
Son, nigga, yo, you love a woman that much? Nah,
It's a leave situation. If I can't,
I'm good.
think
I don't think I'll ever love a woman that bad.
think
Do you
about it,
think
Drew.
you would ever love a woman that much in your life that like, yo, I love you so much that although I can't please you, I'll stay with you.
You know what
somebody
they, you
else
know,
can please you.
you know what
That's
they,
a real crazy.
You know what they want?
What?
Companionship. They want someone to talk
Bro,
to.
you can find companionship in this world. Are you kidding me?
They want someone
Bro,
they want someone to hug, to
there's
wake
mad
up, cook
people to
breakfast,
hug
cook
and-
food. They want someone to be there, lay down in a bed
You
with
can
them.
find that.
Yeah, that's a fucking wife or a girlfriend. That's what that is.
Exactly. So if you got a woman that you can't please,
Okay.
you're gonna let another guy blaze her just for her companionship. Go get some new companionship, bro. It's not that serious.
What if
bro.
you can't please you can't please not just her, you can't please no woman. You can't get up, you can't fuck her.
You're gonna have to find a woman one day. Well, they got pills for that. But okay,
No pill working
all right,
for you.
Say you just that screwed where you just got a permanent malfunction. My suggestion to you
my suggestion to you
is to find a woman who has a permanent disease, and that way you
shit.
two can have permanent companionship and nothing to worry about. You better find a way to make it even, because when you reach it like that, you gonna get screwed. It ain't gonna work out, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna find me
dirt would happen.
yeah, something bad gonna happen. I'm gonna find me somebody who's in the same boat as me. I ain't gonna find somebody that ain't in the same boat as me. Talk about some, nah, man. They gonna get tired of me. They be like, yo, what is the use for you? They're gonna look eventually, but I can get companionship anywhere else. I don't need you anymore.
Man, we're having a really good conversation. A lot of different topics.
At that point, you are expendable. Yeah,
You are expendable, bro.
yeah, you're expendable at that point in life. Like, nah, chill.
But with that said, I think we should go ahead and wrap this up.
Yeah. We had to end it on a lighter note though, because we talked about some heavy things. So we do definitely want some feedback.
On Gucci.
Definitely. Excuse me. Feedback on Gucci.
If you think they need more diversity, and do you feel like the boycott of this new generation would it assist, or do you feel like people doing it doesn't even have an impact? Should it even be done?
You know what I'm saying? I want to get down to the nitty gritty of the method of the madness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, let's really start talking about what is the intentions and what is the true purpose of certain things. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? I want to hear it. I want to hear like true internal thoughts. That's why I did Respect as a recap. Although I thought it was crazy. I think it was racist in a way. I did respect the open honesty of Liam Neeson.
Absolutely.
Because you don't see that. You
Nowhere.
don't see that at all.
Nowhere. So please hit subscribe, leave comments, tune in. First episode 2019.
It's been a minute. We've been gone. We kicking off this year with a lot of new things. We decided to kick it off with a episode based upon certain content, being that it is particular month of the year, Black History Month. So
Word up.
Keep it all in the same realm. But yeah, we're back. Don't forget about us. We ain't forget about you. Stay tuned.
Holla at your boys. Peace.